9x12, 2025, hot tips, the hottest tips. You're going to learn so much. I'm going to try to do this rapid fire. Wait, what's Rick say? Can you go over the why to sell 10,000 instead of 5,000? You make more money for the same amount of work. And your customers are probably going to get better response because you're doubling the volume. So it's likely that your card is going to just do better overall. You're going to make more money and you're going to do the exact same amount of work. Good. Pete's how-to review says he has 5 more spots to fill for a total of 2 cards. Very nice. Okay, number 1, sell yourself first. This is really important. You're going to do 9x12 system, which if you don't know is this card here. It looks like this. It's a 9x12 postcard. It's got a bunch of different spaces that you can put different people's ads on, and everyone shares the cost. And you make roughly $5,000 profit if you do 10,000 of them. It doesn't cost any money up front. If you do 2 a month, you're making 10 grand. That's $100,000 a year. It's plus, what is that, 110 or something a year. It's a lot of money. It's enough to quit that nasty job of yours. You have to sell yourself first. If you are not sold on it yourself, you will have a hard time pitching this. If you don't firmly believe how valuable this is, you gotta believe that this is good for advertisers to be on, this is good for consumers to get, and that this is a bargain, that the price is a really good bargain. If you're sold on it yourself, you won't have to question yourself during pitches. You got a business owner that says this is stupid, direct mail is dumb, this is 2025. Why are you selling direct mail? You're an idiot. You don't want that stuff getting you down and questioning yourself. Oh, is direct mail really dead? I'm an idiot. You don't want to be questioning yourself. So sell yourself on it first. Think of the season ahead. Right now, this is actually the slowest time. I have a specific video that I'm going to make on this. This middle of summer is the slowest time for marketing sales. And it's a slow time for most businesses too. This is a slow time. People go on vacations. People get just into summer. They are not thinking so much of buying. There's no major holidays. There's no major shopping holidays. Kids are out of school. It is not a really peak time. Some business is hit their peaks during the summer. But in general, and especially for marketing, this is a slow time. This is where your slowest time is probably going to be right now. You're going to talk to business owners, and they're going to be like, not right now. You're going to get a lot of that. So think of the season ahead. What is the next season that's coming up? It's going to be the fall. Are we at summer? Is today the first day of summer or something? I think it might be tomorrow. Summer is just about to get here, but trust me, this thing will be over real soon. You start hitting August, we're almost to July. August is going to be where businesses start thinking of what they're going to do in late August, early September for the fall. This is going to come up on us really fast. And if you're not thinking of that season ahead, you're going to be too late. You're going to be too late to the party. If you're not talking to businesses now about doing a mailer in the fall and what's going to happen in the fall, even if it's just planting a seed, if you're not talking to them now, you're not going to get their ad budgets. You're going to come back in the fall and they're going to be like, I already did this. You're too late. You got to get the stragglers. So please think of the season ahead. Think of what's ahead. This is true for any time. Even if you're watching this and it's in the middle of winter, you are going to be thinking about the spring. It's only going to be a couple months away. Once the fall hits, you have this huge, late August, September, you're going to have so many businesses spending money because you're going to have the early fall, the deep fall, then you're going to have winter, and you're going to have the whole holiday season, all this holiday shopping. Then it's going to come right to an end. You're going to have New Year's, and then it's going to be a little bit of a dead period of time, and you're going to be right back into spring, which is crazy. Then you'll fall into this lull that's right now. Even if you're thinking of just starting a 9x12 right now, you may actually want to plan this thing for the fall. If you're really antsy to make money, you can sell print at the same time, but you might have a little bit of a hard time filling a card up for August if you're just starting off right now. Now, if you're already many cards deep, you probably have advertisers already, you're fine. But starting out right now, you probably want to start planning for a card that's going out more towards the fall, which is going to be here before you know it. Mark says seasonality planning sifts pros from novice marketing. I can't agree with that more. A pro marketer is going to be thinking ahead. They are not thinking of what can I sell today. That's a hobbyist person or someone just starting out. A pro marketer is taking this seriously and building lists and talking to people for what's about to come. They're not so consumed with raking someone over the coals right this second and grabbing whatever money's in their pocketbook. Like, you want to get into that budget. You're not looking to just grab into their pocketbook or their loose change. You're looking to get into that budget where they budget for the big fall marketing, for the big spring marketing, where they're going to put their money in. There's things that you should be spending a little bit of time or not much time, and there's things that you should be spending a lot of time on. And here are the three things you should be spending lots of time on. Picking neighborhoods. Put as much effort as you can, as you want, as you can. The more attractive the places your card is going, the easier these spots are going to sell. As an advertiser, as a business owner, you can be really infatuated with seeing where these are going. We all know, as business owners, we all know where we want to target. If you're in home services, you're going to know the neighborhoods that sound attractive. Now, if you just say, I'm sending this out to 10,000 people, I don't know, it's going all over. Well, it's not super vague. It's like, hey, it's 10,000 people. That's cool. But where? Knowing where these things are going to go can mean the difference between a very easy ad spot sold and not so easy. So pick the neighborhoods. What's that involve? Research. Like, you're going to have to do a little bit of research. The pros are going to do research. Go drive around. Okay, go take your spouse or your friend or something, or your mom, just go driving around and say, okay, where would people maybe wanna reach? Oh, this is the nice part of town. Oh, this suburb looks really nice. Everyone here seems to have a nice lawn. Everyone here has pools. Wow, this is a great little neighborhood. There's a lot of these homes that look like they could use new roofs. And it's a suburban middle-class neighborhood or something. You're just looking around, analyzing. It's like you put on little glasses and you're thinking in the terms of a business owner. Where are they going to want to reach? You got to do that work. The more nice areas you pick, the more valuable your card is going to seem, the perceived value and the real value. Like, you've done good research on where to send this thing out. This is skipped by a lot of people. I think most people, because they're lazy, which is okay. It's my generic advice of just go into the EDDM routes and filter them by income and look at the top ones. Maybe look at the ones just a few under the top, and those are your nice neighborhoods. That'll get you by. That'll get you in the right area. But you really should spend a lot of time figuring out the best areas. Maybe cherry pick in all different places so that someone sees the card where it's going and it's going here, it's going here. Can you name these areas? Are these nice gated communities? Are these lucrative neighborhoods that you can name? And it's over here, it's over there, easily nameable, so that the business owner can say, wow, I got to get on this. This is crazy. How much is it going to cost me? $5,000? Then you drop it on them that it's $600, and it's like, sign me up now. Pre-selecting spaces also. That means take some time and think of who you want on your card. If you have my mastery course, I walk you through all that. But I think people skip through that whole portion. I think they try to go to pitching and closing. Pre-select who you want. And I'm not saying the actual companies, but the industries. So if you're thinking, okay, this card's going to go out in August, or this card's going to go out in July, or this card's going to go out in September, who should I have on the card? What industry? Should I have an HVAC? Should I have a pool company because pools are going to be closing? Should I have lawn care for aeration? Maybe do a little research, do a little chat GPTing and say, for landscapers in August, what do they typically sell? And you'll find the things that they typically sell. Aeration or overseeding. HVAC might be tune-ups for their AC. Now's the time to do it to get your thing ready for the winter, cheaper, something like that. Hairstylist, salon, restaurant, pizzeria. You pre-select who you want on the card. Then you find these areas with those lenses. Say, who on this card is going to want to reach these people? So spend time on that and your prospect list, your actual digging of who you're going to go after. Spend time on these. Otherwise, you're going to be driving all over. You're going to be calling all over and emailing random people and not keeping track of who's who. You're going to be doing a lot of unnecessary work. Spend lots of time on these. Spend little time, very little time on a website. You spend no time on that. Okay, buy Carolyn Hutchinson's Kenosha Spotlight template or something, or I think Mitch Tebow's got a website builder. Just if you want a website, just slap it up there. That's it. Be done with it. Don't be spending time on your brand. No one cares. Your brand doesn't even exist. It's not relevant. It's not important. It is not important. Spend so little time on this. It will be important later. When you're 10 cards down the line, that kind of stuff will be important. But right now, it is not important. Software. Don't be buying all this expensive software and just complicating things. Complexity. If something is complex, don't spend time on it. Everything should be very, very simple. Andrew says, barter. I got my truck detailed food credit at restaurants. Very nice. Very nice. Brenda and Mario's cards went out today. So excited. That's amazing. What's Mitch say? Brand is like the cherry on top, but it's useless if you don't have the ice cream first. So true. So true. It's got to come later. Who bites hard on the ads? Let me tell you, who will buy ads easy? Who likes to advertise on the 9x12, especially consistently? High-ticket businesses, high visibility and branded businesses, and aggressive underdogs. These are three you can count on types of businesses that advertise consistently and easily. Low friction, high value, long-term advertisers on these cards. You're talking businesses that have high-ticket sales, upper home services, so like window replacement, roofing, lawyers, cosmetic dentists, furniture stores, mattress stores, car dealers, places that have to spend a lot of money to get leads and that they only need a couple. They don't need 100 responses. I'm going to show you a guy in our elite group made a really great post. I could probably throw that up. I think I have it like right there. Yeah, he posted this today in our elite group. If you're not in there, you should really get in. He says like, yes, you can make six figures easy. I've never seen a business owner that wasn't impressed. Focus on companies with big ticket items, power sports, fence companies, furniture companies, banks, countertop companies, window companies. Avoid at first the small companies. The $30 haircuts take a lot of time to recoup their investment. Small ticket businesses, especially retail, little retail shops, it's great to help them and they're great people to work with. But they often don't know what they're doing and they don't know anything about marketing. They think in terms of making TikToks and maybe spending, what can I spend $30 on? What can I put $50 in? And they're not used to they're not used to long-time value, customer lifetime value. They don't know anything about that. So they just think, I want to spend $50 and I want to get 10 people coming through. And they don't realize that that's probably not going to happen. And they'll only advertise once and they'll be giving you a lot of hassle about the ad and stuff. And then it's like they don't advertise again. Sometimes they get business and then they say, okay, I'm busy now. I'll do it again when I'm slow. So focus on the high ticket businesses that are used to spending money. Those are the people who really do say, yeah, I want in on this. The businesses that you see a lot of branding, where you see their name all over. You see a realtor with their face all over, that person's advertising on your card. You see a HVAC thing and they're everywhere. Usually it's the type of businesses that you can just name off the top of your head. I'm sure there's a mattress store that you can think of right now. There's an insurance agent that you can probably think of. Maybe they have jingles, they have billboards. Go drive around and look at who's advertising on billboards. If you see the same company like 5 times within a half-hour drive, that person is probably going to advertise on your card. Aggressive underdogs, one of my most useful groups of prospects to target, are businesses that aren't the big dog, but they're the people that are right under it. They're like the competitor that comes in second or third. And they're usually relatively new and they're aggressive. They're putting a lot of money into marketing. Sometimes they come out of nowhere and all of a sudden, you always hear this one business, this one car dealer, but all of a sudden in the last year, you're hearing about this other one. That they're putting their name, their face everywhere, and obviously they're aggressively trying to take that space and make a name for themselves. Those businesses are going to be very easy to get on your card. They're going to be the easiest ones. So be in tune, be a good marketer, be a professional, and be in tune with who's advertising. Look around, look everywhere. Who are you seeing advertising? Is something advertising more? Do you see radio ads? Put on the radio. Listen to who's running radio ads. All this stuff as a professional marketer is going to pay off really, really big for you. Mitch says, as a low ticket business owner, I'm offended. You think I don't know about it? I always like grouping, saying that everyone's running a little crap business and everyone's got a little pea brain. when really we're all in that group. You got some business, you got these workers' compensation lawyers spending $6,000 per click. It's like $300. Is anyone in digital marketing? Like, what's the highest? What are like it's got to be in the workers' comp, personal injury claim, insurance settlement. What's that? Asbestos insurance settlement. I think a few years ago that was like the highest click. Some of these clicks have to be just a click, just literally a Google click, are in the like hundreds. Like, you click that thing. Sometimes I just want to write, what do I do by my asbestos lung, and just start clicking start driving everyone's freaking cut for fun. It's got to be high. It's got to be like 500. The highest clicks have to be like $500 to $1,000 now. Mark Hackney says, please gate this content on a paywall. There was a long period of time where I would never put this stuff up on it. I'd say, I can't do it. I got to charge for this and stuff. Now I just put it up. There's always going to be that you can always get on a card. There's probably 8 which will pay for your card. It will literally break even your card, that you can always count on no matter where you are. There are these 8 businesses that you can count on to go on your card. You will find a realtor that will go on your card. Absolutely 100%. There's a realtor that will get on your card fast. There's an insurance agent that will get on your card. There's a window replacement business that will get on your card. There's a lawn care. There's a pizzeria. And there's a restaurant. There's at least these 6 that will get on your card. I would say pool company too, unless it's like the dead of winter, or really that's it. But they're usually pretty good because you have pool openings, pool closings, maintenance, shopping. That's another one that you can almost guarantee, besides a few months. But these are around the year. Like, you will always get one of these businesses on there. Think of all the whys people would advertise on your card. This is really good because you want to use this in your pitches. You want to use it to sell yourself. You want to really understand why a business owner would want to be on your card. What's the thought process? Sometimes they don't always know, and you got to do the thinking for them. You got to put something in perspective for them, or say a little phrase that wets their whistle. Reaching lucrative neighborhoods. So if you can tell them, hey, this is going to Dove's Landing, this is going to Heron's Peak, this is going to 4th Ward or something, these attractive, lucrative areas, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I want to be in there. Maybe some people want to reach people they can't get digitally. Maybe they're doing a lot of digital marketing and they need to do something else. Maybe they're doing everything and they're like, give me something else. Okay, this is the new channel. This is something that we're going to reach people that aren't clicking and searching Google for. It's another way to reach different people. Be the only one on their industry on it. That's a big one. Maybe they just want to be the only HVAC. They want that spot. They want to be the pool company on here. And I separate this next one, even though it's the same, but it's worth separating to keep competitors off it. That's different because it's just a different thinking. It's like you could say, or they can think of why I don't want my competitor on there. Maybe I'm not totally sold on doing this, but I do not want a different realtor on there. This thing is going to my area. I definitely don't want my main competitor on this thing, and I know she'll go on it or he'll go on it. Try and see what happens. Sometimes you can use that. Sometimes you're talking to these little mom and pop type low ticket businesses and you want to sell a space. They're probably not going to keep doing it. You don't know how their results are going to be. Just say, try it, see what happens. Who knows? Give it a try to take advantage of a bargain opportunity. Some people, a lot of business owners, savvy business owners, just like a bargain. They see an opportunity come across. Hey, this seems like a good opportunity and this is a good deal. Seems like a good bargain. People love bargains. Hitting everyone during a prime season, and maybe they're full on prime. I gotta put all the money I can and do everything I can during this prime season. Maybe it's the early spring or early fall, and they just want to hit everyone they possibly can. Many businesses operate that way, and if you can time this right or plant a seed, get this in front of them, you will have a deal. Some just want to be exposed everywhere. They just want their face on it. If you got something that's getting eyeballs on it, they want their face. These are the ones that are on billboards, that are on grocery store tickets, that are on TV, that are on radio. You can look around, you can see their stupid face all the time. These are those people. And to try something uniquely different. A lot of businesses are tired. They're doing Facebook ads, they're doing Google ads, they're making Facebook posts. Everything is digital. They're used to it. They're like, what else is there? I've tried all this. What else is there? Oh, this is different. Okay. I like different. This seems worth trying. This is different. So those are 9 or 10 quick whys that you should be aware of. You should build these in your pitch. You should be thinking, okay, these are the reasons people are going to advertise in my card. I should probably become familiar with all these things. What happens if you get a no? We're not going to talk about the verbal jujitsu. You got to say this because that never works in real life. That's a whole training thing, and it has to be ingrained in your mind and stuff. It's not going to work. It's too much to take on for people who are doing this as a side hustle, just starting up. You be a veteran sales pro. No one asks you to be that. Get a no? No problem. There's your answer. No problem at all. Someone says no, or I'll think about it. No problem. Okay, you don't have to attack. You don't have to come back with some clever saying, but you're going to apply a little bit of finesse. So here's the formula. Screenshot this, put it in your notes, memorize this, repeat it on the spot. Just repeat it. Not a big deal. No problem. You know, businesses, when sometimes their guards is up, there's a red flag, they're just not sure, and they don't know. They're trying to process this. This guy just came through. They got a lot going on, something. I don't know if I trust this guy, this girl. No big deal. So when you say not a problem, it lowers, it's like, oh, wow, they're not trying to sell me something. They're expecting you to come back with something, oh, this is a hassle. Just say not a big deal. Nope, no problem. No problem. Make marketing small talk. Just start talking with them. Say, no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. Great business you have here. That's great. No, see something, oh, I see you got a new sign. Wow, that's really nice. Where'd you get that? Talk to them about advertising, marketing, small talk. Complain about employees or something. Hiring people, it's so hard. Oh my God, I know, it's the worst. And payroll, say things like payroll taxes. Just even if you don't know anything about it, just say payroll taxes and workers' comp and throw out these words like, oh my God, you know how it is. Oh, it's the worst. Even if you don't know. Compliment them, plant a seed, just talk. Marketing small. What are you doing for advertising? Oh, we do this. I can't stand this place. And, oh, man, this one, the Google ads are it's running, paid this place to do these social postings, and you're agreeing with them. You're on this side of the table with them. I always use that analogy. I never want to be on the opposite side. I want to be on their side. I want to listen to that and agree and complain and laugh and ask questions. And over a couple minutes, their guard is going to go so far down, they're going to be like, this guy or this girl is great. They're not trying to sell me something. Maybe I should take a look at what they have. Talk to them about print, anything down the road. And you can say these things like down the road. You think down the road, maybe you'll want it, maybe in the fall, you might want to do something. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. I'm telling you, after a few minutes, you guys are going to be like best friends. And they're gonna then start thinking, wait, maybe there is something to this. They're gonna feel bad. There's gonna be reciprocity. And then you say, it's called the Columbo close. There was like a TV show or something. The guys would do this, but it's called the Columbo close. And you just say one last thing, because just as you're about to leave, you're having a great time. The guy probably feels bad, or the girl feels bad that you just wasted your time. And you say one last thing. Is there? What's stopping you from going on here? You say something like that, just at the very end, like, what could I change your minds or anything that was really stop? And then you'll find that they often just tell you, you know what? Yeah, put me down on the space. Let's do it. I'm telling you that will work. And it's not a big deal even if you say no and it doesn't work. Good things are going to happen. I'm telling you, just not a problem. Not a problem. Make small talk. And then at the end, just add, what was it? How come you don't want to get on this? Like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you don't want to be on here. Jim, I'm going to feel really bad. But just to warn you, I really want a pool company on here. I got to get one. I wish it was you, but don't be mad at me when... and you name their competitor, is on here and you're not. I wish you would have gone on there. It's totally fine. I hope you do at some point. And you're going to sell that space. That's pro level closing. That right there, what I just told you, is top tier pro level closing. What pro level closing looks like is that, not this verbal jujitsu where you have a crafty answer and you have some snarky response and you win the Kirk, my boy Kirk Hiltz, who used to be my boss, he says you win the argument, lose the war. Win the argument, lose the war. That is not pro level closing. People think that like a sales closer, they always have the right comeback and this response and this they're going to do the mic drop and stuff. Like that is not, that's like advanced closing, but not top tier professional pro ultra finesse closing. The thing I just show you here, where you get a no problem, making small talk, you have every intention of the world of closing this deal, but you are totally just saying no. You're just saying, not a big deal. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, not at all. I would assume I'm not enough in the car industry. Like I've only bought a few new cars and stuff. I haven't really I'm not in that industry or know it that well enough, but I would assume the best car and finance and insurance people, car salespeople, are probably nothing you would think of as high pressure. That you would probably, the last thing on your mind would be that they are a high pressure salesperson because their finesse is so high. You say no and they're no problem. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever go shop around, whatever. Yeah. And they're talkative and they're not, and at the end, and then you start feeling bad and you're like, okay, this guy isn't so bad, when he had every single intention of closing that sale. That's what you want to strive for. It's really not hard. Use them half spaces. Stephen Bailey's a master at that. If you go through my interview with him, where's the Stephen Bailey card? Use a half space, okay? This is his card. This is Stephen Bailey's in Augusta, Georgia. These are full spaces, right? Where's a half space? These are half spaces. So offer half. Offer $350 or $650 for the whole space. Whatever your pricing is, just make the full space a little bit more. Now you can sell 10,000 piece ads for $350. And you're actually making more profit. If you sold them all at that, you'd make even more money. So give them a choice. If you want to lower the price point a little bit, give them a little choice, a little option. See? Half spaces. Credit Stephen Bailey. Half spaces. Full space or half space. So now you can meet different price points and still not be losing money. Use down the road. I mentioned that in other things. Say that all the time. Down the road. You think down the road you might want to do this? I use that phrase all the time. I use that when I'm pitching 9x12s or shared space, but also, and solo mailers, but also with print. Just say, hey, I'm a local print service, however you want to word it. Marketing and print. I do business cards and brochures. Do you think that might be anything down the road you might need? Just pitch it like that. Just say down the road. It's so it brings those guards down. Like, not now. Yeah. Oh yeah, down the road. Yes. Oh, I need something now. Oh my God, now? MP Creative says, if they say not this time, maybe I'll get you on the next one. Be sure to schedule your outreach with a CRM so you don't forget. I just sold a spot by scheduling a text 3 months out. CRMs are great for that. They keep you on target. If you're not ready to do a CRM, which is fine. If you're just starting out, you don't really need to get a CRM right at the beginning. If you don't want to overcomplicate things, you could just use Siri. You can just say, you just go on the thing and say, I can't say it because it's right here, but say Siri, remind me to call whatever on this date. Who will give you trouble? What business is going to give you trouble? Hobby businesses. These are businesses that aren't real businesses. They're someone sprung up and they're little shops. They're often little retail shops or little like consulting services or marriage counseling type things and things that are really just hobbies that someone has patched together as a business. They don't really know marketing. They don't have a lot of money. They don't really know what they're doing. They're going to give you trouble. They're going to give you the worst trouble with their ads and response. And they're going to be, I didn't get any customers. And I can't believe I just spent all my money on this ad and stuff. They're trouble. Not to say not sell them, but to be prepared for that. Mom and pop retail. I mean, I love mom and pop. I love mom and pop. I live for it. And mom and pop retail is tough because they don't know marketing. They have very low ticket services. These are businesses that are likely to fail. They have all the passion in the world for a while, but then they fail. They're tough. They will give you trouble. You will go through revision and revision and revision over their ad, and you got to wonder, like, oh my God, why are you being this picky with an ad that you're literally selling like a $10 trinkets? Just do this thing and get it over with. Sometimes you want to refund them. Sometimes just say, I can't deal with this. And small thinkers. These are the people that go in and they like, I know everything about marketing. Don't tell me about marketing, and direct mail is stupid. Those are the people that give you trouble. Those are people not even worth it. Idiots. Little crap business. Ron Douglas says, oh, I gave you a big shout out, Ron. Did you see that? If they don't have the vision and want to argue, move on. Only work with the ones that get it. Meet in person. You can prospect any way you want. Facebook ads, Messenger, emails, prospect, however, phone calls, but try if you can to meet in person. If you can get this thing in front of them, if the prospecting can go, hey, I'm doing this. Can I show you this? Can I stop by and show you what it looks like? You're going to have a very high chance of selling. You're just going to sell more. And you're doing business with these people. You might as well meet face to face. Here's a big one. Reinvest profits. This is not something most 9x12ers think about because this is businessy type stuff. This is where we get into business stuff and not just the hobby stuff, side income hustle. A side hustle, which is fine, really implies that you're not reinvesting anything. A side hustle, it's like an Uber driver. You make the money and you just keep driving. You're not a pro Uber driver probably reinvests that money and buys a specific car or something, but it makes business decisions. But it's the difference between like a side hustle and side income and a real business is, are you reinvesting those profits? What are you reinvesting them into? Instead of taking all the profit, why don't you reinvest these things? To really be a true business, you're going to have to reinvest that profit. That's why I advocate, as crappy as it sounds, I really advocate working a job to pay the bills. And even if you do Uber and deliveries or work a job just to pay the bills, just to get those bills paid so that you're not having to pay your bills and live off your business money. You can't really do that. You can't take money out of your new business and pay the bills. You'll suffocate your own business. Who's the guy? Why can't I think of his name? He started Fubu. He's on the Shark Tank. Why can't I think of his name? What the heck is his name? Man, I'm drawing a blank. But he had exactly the same thing. He had a short I saw a few years ago. I was like, oh my God, this guy, like, I'm not stupid. I was saying that forever. And then I'm like, oh my God, okay, this is justifies value. He said the same thing, like get a job and pay, and then use the business to reinvest, use the business profits to reinvest, and don't be spending this money from your new business to pay your lifestyle, because you're just going to suffocate. Your business isn't going to grow if you just keep taking the money out. So what do you do with that money? You can give print away. That's a really smart way to reinvest the profits. And you probably won't really even have to do it. Just give print away. Give 500 business cards away. If you've got $4,000 in profit from your card, set aside like $500 and say, I'm going to put $500 of this into giving print away. I'm going to see what that can do. Because if you're doing marketing right, you're going to get an ROI. You're going to get a 5 times plus ROI. So if you give $500 worth of stuff away, you should be getting quite a bit back, a few $1,000s back. I wouldn't be surprised if you get $3,000 to $4,000 back on a $500 investment, just giving print away, because it's going to turn into bigger deals. Outsource and hire would be my main thing. You would be making money to outsource, to hire, to do all the things that you shouldn't be doing, right down from the lead generation to the prospecting to the bookkeeping, the secretarial, all that stuff you should be having someone else do. That's what's going to grow your business the fastest. That's a great place to reinvest your money in. You should also invest in some software and tools. That could be QR code subscriptions, like I really like Unicode. And I'll put all these links in the description after the show. I'll throw them all into the description. But I do have a nice little list, too, that I'll show you of stuff that you can buy. A CRM, some kind of CRM, cloud storage. You're going to be passing a lot of files around. Cloud storage is nice. Canva Pro is a great thing to reinvest some profits into. Payroll, you might want it. You're going to be hiring people. You're going to need to be paying payroll service. I strongly recommend gusto.com. QuickBooks Online or some accounting. All that stuff these are all costs of doing businesses. They're going to add up. Reinvest those profits in there. Grow your business smartly. Tom Shadowan says, who's a couple cards in, says, I don't know about everyone else, but I have to be face-to-face to make the sale. It's a great way to sell. You don't have to be. For you, that is a must. but it is a great way. Here's a bunch of tools and products. It's just a bunch off the top of my head. If you don't have them, these are things that you can consider just putting some money into. The mastery course, highresponsemarketing.com/9x12. The elite membership, which is $44 a month, and you get in the private Facebook group, which is incredible because you're around people who have done dozens and dozens or hundreds of cards and have been in every situation you can imagine. Physical samples, about $25. The pre-made ad packs, I have one. Scott Meisner has one. Joshua Polche has one. Bill's, a lot of people forget this one. Bill W. He's in the Detroit area in Michigan. He's did a 7-year postcards guide, which is great. Changed his life, totally changed his life. Kevin Dyke's stay-at-home dad email script is a real winner. Will Bradwell's rapid slips for filling out EDDM paperwork fast, and route snips too. He's got 2. So if you ever need EDDM paperwork done fast, like that is the way to go, is to just upload it to his site. Takes a second. Mitch's school community. Mitch Tebow is live on here. He's got his CRM. He's got his school community. A lot of people have came out of that with a lot of success. The interviews, my high response 9x12 interviews and podcasts. You can go back 15 years and just listen to people, many of them still doing it today, and just hear how they've tackled all different situations. You go on my YouTube and see the videos. Talus, Grant and Ernie's directory card template. So if you want to do like a format with a directory card, that's a really good one. That looks like this. That's a directory format. Erica McClellan has put one of those out not too long ago too. ChatGPT. There's a pro version too. I subscribe to the pro version. I think it's just faster, or gives you less limitations. I don't know. But for making agreements, some of you guys want like a contract agreement, or how do I word this, or how do I protect myself from this, or do I need to charge tax on this? What do realtors need to be compliant on their ads with this or something? It will answer it for you. It's very useful. And my local marketing masterclass, if you want to drop the big money, get to my whole mastery class and learn everything there is about like targeted mailing and consulting and stuff like that. So those are some great resources if you do need them. And remember that this is a business. So there are taxes, record keeping, liability, accounting, and businessy decisions at every turn. Everything as it grows, it's going to get more complex, and it's going to get more, numbers are going to get bigger, and liability is going to get higher. It is a business. So while I think it's the easiest business to start, you don't need anything to start it, and you can make a lot of money really fast. It is a business. So prepare yourself for that. Watch YouTubes, watch YouTube shorts on taxes and small business taxes and record keeping, accounting. So just be aware it is a business. It is a business. And the money you make, you're going to have to pay tax on it. Okay. You're going to have to pay tax. How you deal with that, there's many different ways, but it is going to be, so you need to be deducting things too. Like all that stuff is really important. I think that's, and this, keep your powder dry. That's my last one. Keep your powder dry, which is a old fashioned term. I learned it from Jordan Belfort, but it's to not go in pitching all you've got. Keep a couple things back. I think that the simplest thing to kind of keep back is exclusivity. You don't necessarily have to throw that into your pitch that they'll be the only one. You can use that. It's called keeping your powder dry. Keeping some like something going back with the battles and stuff. They would always make sure that they still had something for a big, like an ambush at the end. You need to have something in reserve in case something goes south or they're saying no, and that you can throw in there, maybe to sweeten the deal, maybe to just, they're on the edge, they're on the fence, and you need a little something to push them off. You need that little bit extra. Keep something in your back pocket. For me, I think that exclusivity is the perfect one. Rick Miller says the EDM routes for the city I'm targeting is just over 1,000. Is it okay to just hit every door in the area? Yeah, totally. Because then you can say it's everyone. That's what's good about 5,000 piece cards in small communities. You just say it's everyone, the whole zip, everyone. Says, what's the elite do one time? It's a ton of content, cheaper pricing, and most importantly, this Facebook group that's just full of veteran 9x12 and marketers and stuff. I'm going to sign off here a second because I have a bunch of stuff I have to do that I'm got to pay the piper. All right, guys, got to go. Do you have a page of all the stuff? I'll try to throw it all in links in the description. Come back tomorrow. Okay, bye. Oh, Zoe's here. Hi, Zoe. She's still here. All right, guys, bye. That's it. Had a great time talking with everyone. I will see you later. Thank you. Thank you, Ed Jr. You just, and Sarah just texted me and said, oh, shoot.